and welcome back. Today I'm starting a new monthly series called Duping My Polish Pickup Wish List. So if you've been following me, you know that I'm going on a low buy, and I thought the first place to start would be with my polish pickup purchases. So last year I just uploaded my year of polish pickup, and I discovered that, which I already knew, but doing the end of the year video like really affirms, you know, how I did throughout the year, that I did much better last year. I only bought 23 polishes. I spent like $360, something like that. And I had said that I usually spend 400 something, but when I actually went back and watched my old videos, I actually saw that one year I spent like $580. So I spent almost $600. So I spent way less. I bought way less polishes. So I was already on the track of doing much better with a low buy. And this year I decided I wanted to do even better. So one of the things that I love doing, if you know me, I love making combos. I love taking inspiration and recreating polishes, and that's just really fun and creative for me. I get to take someone else's creativity, like someone makes a polish, they're creative, they make a polish, and then I get to be creative by recreating their creativity, if that makes sense. Anyways, so I thought it'd be really fun to just document this process every month of how I am duping my polish pickup wish list. Okay, so let's get started. I have 3 on my wish list. I'm looking at my iPad because that's where I have my wish list pulled up. I have 3 this month. So I have Dupe Foot, Night Owl Lacquer, and then Cuticle. So let's start with the Dupe Foot. So whenever I'm trying to dupe something, what I do first I like to visually just look at the picture and come to my own conclusion as to what I think it looks like, what kind of components it might need. And then after I kind of form an idea, if I have any, of what polishes I might want to use, then I will read the description so that I can either reaffirm that I'm on the right track, or if I'm uncertain about something, then it can kind of lead me in the right direction. So when I first looked at the Dupe Foot, my first thoughts are that it's going to be very easy for me to dupe because I have a million green flakies and black undies, and I just, there's no way I can't dupe this. This is actually the hardest one for me to dupe. So looking at it, I thought it was kind of like a spearminty green, maybe leaning emerald green flakies with like a blackened base. It's like a blackened jelly with flakes is how I imagine this. And so reading the description, inspired by the Gorgon Medusa, who if you looked at her would turn you to stone. Did I say what it's called? It's called I Turned to Stone. I Turned to Stone. So its description is black jelly with emerald green chrome flakes and scattered hollow. Okay, so based off of the color, my first thought for like color base wise would be Rogue Lacquer's Spearmint Forest, because it's got that kind of spearmint color. However, I knew but it's also got little gold flakes, which isn't in the Dupe Foot. So right off the bat, I knew this wasn't going to work because it's too opaque, and putting undies under this isn't really going to do anything because this is already an opaque polish. So, and plus with the gold flakies, I knew it wasn't going to quite be right, but the color is kind of where my mind was going to. So I didn't even bother with that one. So I went through all my green flakies and I couldn't find any that quite fit the bill. But these are the 3 that I went with, that I'm experimenting with. Emily DeMolly, and this is Double Cross. And then Polished for Days Clover. And then this one I was the most hopeful for, Quixotic Nightshade. So this one kind of has more of the base where it's kind of like emerald, spearminty. They're calling it emerald. To me, it still kind of looks like it's a spearmint emerald, like a hybrid. So I was most hopeful for this one. So for my undies, I just did 1 coat of Restored by Polish Matte Black. And then this one is, don't look at these 2 yet. This one is with the Emily DeMolly, and it's not similar. It's not giving me a good vibe. This one is the Polish for Days Clover. That one. And then this one is with the Quixotic Nightshade. Now this one does give me the best shade, but it's too black. It's too blackened. So I didn't love it, and I really don't think it's a good dupe. So then I was like, okay, well, it's a little blackened, so let me go ahead and try it with a green base. So I pulled Orly's Hunter Green out of my untrieds, and that's what this is. And that I feel is much better. It's not a dead-on dupe. The flakies, the color I think is pretty good. You've got that darkened base, and then I feel like the color is pretty good, but it's not the right type of flakies. And then just for fun, I wanted to see how the Rogue would look over the green. I'm pretty sure that I did the green. I did, because I know it's opaque, I just kind of like dry brushed it on. And these two honestly look very, very similar. So that kind of leads me to believe that I'm pretty happy with this one as far as the color. Overall, I don't think it's a spot-on dupe, but it does kind of fulfill that need. And this one was the one that I least wanted of the three, because I have so many greens. Like I'm saturated with greens. So this one I think is okay. I don't think it's a spot-on dupe, but it scratches the itch, and I will not be purchasing the Dangle Foot. All right, so next is the Night Owl Lacquer. So the Night Owl Lacquer, when I instantly looked at it, first of all, I fell in love. Like, if I wasn't able to find a dupe for this, then I would be purchasing the Night Owl. But at the exact same moment that I fell in love with it, my brain said, that's exactly like Rogue Lacquer's Dustnato, the flakies. The flakies are exactly like Rogue's Dustnato. The difference with the Night Owl and the Rogue is that the Night Owl has more of an opaque, smoky gray base, whereas Dustnato is more of a sheer formula, and it's not so dark and smoky. So instantly I thought, okay, I will just add dark undies. Okay, so let's just read about it. This one is called Forever Maiden. It's inspired by Hestia, goddess of the hearth. This is a grayed indigo tinted base filled with vibrant fuchsia, red, orange, gold, green, shifting crystal, chameleon flakes, and black flakes. So the flakies are the exact same flakes. Like, I guarantee you the makers are using the same flakes. I promise you it's the same flakes. They're exact. So then for a base, I went with two grays that I wanted to test with. OPI's Rub-a-Pub Pub, which is a darkened gray with just a little bit of blue. Beautiful. And that's what this one looks like. And then I tried Zoya's Kelly, which is lighter, but still kind of has that little bit of blue in it. And that's what this one looks like. So I will say this one, I believe, is a much closer dupe. In fact, I would say they're spot on. Like, they're pretty much identical. This one, although I believe the base is more spot on, it is a little bit harder to see the black flakies in this one. So this one, if you don't want it to be exactly, spot on perfect, you might want to go with this one, because this one does let you see the little black flakies a little bit better. But in my opinion, the Rub-a-Pub Pub with Rogue's Dustnato is pretty much as perfect of a dupe as you're going to get. And I am 100% satisfied with this, and I will not be getting the Night Owl. All right, now the Cuticle. So with the Night Owl, I already knew that I was going to have a spot on dupe. I wasn't concerned. With the Dangle Foot, I thought I was going to have a really good dupe, but if I didn't, I wasn't going to be crushed, and that one wasn't a must-have. The Cuticle, this is the one that I needed to have, because like I said with the Night Owl lacquer, I would have 100% purchased the Night Owl lacquer if I didn't have Dustnato. If I didn't have this, yes, I would be buying the Knoll. The Cuticula, I just instantly fell in love with it, and I said to myself, if I can't dupe this, I will be buying it 100%. And this was the one that I thought was going to be the hardest to dupe. Spoilers, it was the easiest. Well, this was the easiest because this was already created for me, but it was much easier to dupe than the Dangle Foot, let's just say that. Okay, so looking at it, first I was thinking, is some kind of pale blue. I knew instantly looking at the picture, I knew instantly what kind of toppers I was going to use. The toppers wasn't the issue. It was the base. I had no idea what kind of base I was going to use. Initially, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to use some kind of soft blue, maybe a minty blue. It's looking like it's maybe leaning on the mint side, but not really. And I really just, without looking into my collection, like I was just using my brain trying to think of what I was going to use to dupe this. And honestly, I didn't know. So then I read the description. This is called Zeus Lightning, by the way, inspired by Zeus. Zeus Lightning is a super soft stone blue with gold orange shifting glass flakes, which that reaffirmed the flakies I was going to use, and matte black flakes. That reaffirmed that I was choosing the correct toppers. So then when I saw soft stone blue, I was thinking, okay, so stone blues, they're soft, they're kind of serene. So what do I have that's kind of soft and serene? And instantly my mind went to the exact polish, and I was so excited. So I rushed to my blues and I pulled out Zoya's Lake. And to me, this is a spot on blue. I was so excited when I saw this. And then, and this is what I'm wearing, spoilers, by the way. I'm wearing my dupe. So then the toppers that I already knew I was going to use was my thinned out version of Rogue's Batsy, and then KB Shimmer Soul Amazing. So these are my two toppers. So I put 2 coats of Lake down, and then a thin coat of the Batsy. I did the Batsy first because this is a very, like black speckles can be overpowering. And especially this one, it's thinned, but it's not like tiny, tiny speckles. So I did this first, and then on top I did KB Shimmer's Soul Amazing. And this is what I got on the nail wheel before I put it on my nails. And this is how it looks on the nails. Now I am so excited about this, because first of all, it's gorgeous. Second of all, in my opinion, it's a perfect dupe. Like, I don't know, looking at their picture, because obviously I can only go off of pictures. You know, my interpretation is only going to go as far as the quality of the swatch pictures. So my swatch, I believe, is a dead-on dupe for their swatch. So I'm so excited about this. That means I'm purchasing 0 polishes this month, you guys. So I'm really excited about that. I'm not even going to do a second glance at PPU. Sometimes I'll do a first look, and then later I'll look again, and then I just find more things to put on my wish list, and then I have to talk myself. This time, no, I'm not even gonna look. I did my first, and this is what I'm gonna do going forward. So what I was doing last year, in case you guys are curious on ways that I'm gonna help myself with my low buy. So last year, I would not watch a lot of videos. Like I didn't watch the swatching videos. I would just look at the website, and I would just, based off of the pictures and off of my first initial reaction, I would look at the pictures, and then I would add to my wish list. And then sometimes I would cave, and I would watch CDB's swatch videos and then Ray's, and then I would end up adding a couple more to my wish list. This year I'm not going to watch any videos at all. Sorry, Ray. Sorry, well, you're not watching my videos. CDB Nails is definitely not watching my videos. I'm not gonna watch any videos, at least until afterwards. Afterwards, I might watch it just for fun and just to support my friends. But no, I don't want to get caught up in, oh, that one looks better than on the website, and you know, and then that's how I get caught up in the adding to my wish list, and then no. So I'm just going by my initial gut reaction on polishes that I see, that I think are pretty, and then I'm going to dupe as many as possible, and then hopefully not buy a lot of polishes. So let me know if you guys like this this video, this series, because I think it's going to be really fun. And then at the end of the year, I can do my recap that I do every year, my polish pickup recap, what I bought, and we'll see how I do compared to the previous years. Leave any questions, any comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.